Peppa always dreamed of having a pet. She often asked her parents to buy a guinea pig or a parrot, but every time they refused. They said that caring for these animals was too complicated. Her parents were especially negative when she brought a wild animal. They told her she had a fish called Goldie, but she couldn't play with the fish in her dollhouse. One day she went to the bathroom and saw a spider in the sink. She remembered watching a program on TV before. Spiders are completely harmless, and they are more afraid of you than you are of them. She picked it up and carried it to her room. It was now her new pet, but she realized that Mummy Pig would not be happy about it. She felt a sharp pain, but didn't think much of it. But soon her arm became red and numb. Peppa was afraid to tell her mum and convinced herself that spiders are safe. In a minute she felt so sick that she didn't even think about where the spider had run off to. She felt dizzy and her temperature rose. She didn't want to accept the fact that something bad was happening. She felt like she just needed to rest. Her arms weren't working, her whole body was cramping. And when she fell, she realized she needed help. She tried to scream, but the anaphylactic shock made it sound more like a wheeze. She crawled to the door, hoping her mum would come to help. But her strength left her. After a while, George went into the room. He saw his sister lying unconscious on the floor. He saw that her arm was swollen and her face was pale. He realized that something serious had happened. He ran to tell his mum, but when he turned around, he saw a spider near the stairs. George was very scared of the spider. He realized that the spider had done it. George closed the door and held it, his heart pounding with fear. He didn't know how to help his sister. No one could have heard his screams. He was afraid the spider would kill his parents, but there was nothing he could do to help.
Oh, that's a big one.
But as he was letting the spider outside, he heard screams. It was George who had been calling for help all this time. He ran to their room, forgetting to close the door, and saw George sitting in the corner, scared to death, and Peppa was lying unconscious and with a pale face. They called an ambulance, and Peppa went to the hospital with severe intoxication. And George took a long time to calm down. But eventually, he went to his bed.